With love in my heart and a prayer on my lips, I offer myself at the lotus feet of our beloved Lord. Respected elders, brothers and sisters, Sai Ram. Sometimes we ask God for a little bit of water, and then He sends us the rain. Sometimes we ask God for a little bit of light, and then He sends us the sunrise. And then comes a time where we ask God for inspiration, and that's when He sends us Anil Kumar sir. But that's not all, because we always want more, all right? So we go back to God and say we want completeness. That's when God sends us Anil Kumar sir along with Auntie Vijay Lakshmi right here to Singapore. We welcome you all. To Anil Kumar sir and Auntie Vijay Lakshmi, on behalf of everybody that's present here, we would like to warmly, warmly welcome you all to this beautiful country. To my brothers and sisters who are waiting here with bated breath to hear from Anil Kumar sir, what can I tell you about sir that you may not already know yourself? Some people have referred to him as Hanuman, who was always there next to Lord Ram, waiting for the command of Lord Ram. Some people have referred to him as Narada, who easily communicated with the Lord and to whom many of the big secrets were revealed. Some people have referred to him as the poets of yore, who spoke in beautiful poetry. What else can I tell you about him, really? When he was in Parthi and when he was teaching us, he shared with us a little secret. And the secret was, he's neither Narada, nor is he any of the poets, or nor is he Hanuman. All that he is by heart is a simple botanist, right? He's a simple botanist who speaks of the flowers, who speaks to the flowers, and who speaks the language of the flowers. In similar fashion, in the fashion of a botanist, he's been spreading the fragrance of Swami's words and Swami's love far and wide across the globe. Sir has served as an office bearer with the Sathya Sai Organization. He's been an interpreter of Swami's discourses from 1989 onwards and has traveled with Swami all across India. Sir was a principal at the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning Brindavan campus from 1989 to 1995. Sir is a professor of biosciences at the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning Prashanti Nilayam campus from 1995 to date. Sir has published over 41 books under the Sri Sathya Sai publications. You can often hear him at the Radio Sai Global Harmony broadcasts and also read his articles in Sanatan Sarthi. For me, standing here to welcome Sir is a little bit of a moment of reflection. In Parthi, besides being so busy with his many duties, Sir finds time to be a confidant of the boys and to be a mentor to the boys. One such occasion that comes to my mind is back in 2002 when I was studying in Parthi. Sir had been invited to speak at the university auditorium. That's when he called some of the boys together and told us, look boys, I've been speaking for many, many years. It is now my time to train you all with public speaking. It is now my time to train the next generation in public speaking. And what followed after that was a series of workshops and trainings with Sir sharing his insights on public speaking and on engaging people. That was something that I started over there. My journey, my experimentation with public speaking started over there. And today, when I stand here to welcome Sir in front of all of you, I feel life has come a little bit of a circle. I'm not sure if as students, Sir, we thank you enough for being who you are and for your wonderful company and for your guidance to the students, but that's something that we hold very, very dearly. Anyways, I'm sure today is going to be memorable. I'm sure today is going to be insightful. I'm sure today is going to be exhilarating. I'm sure today is going to be something that we all will carry back with us. And I don't intend to be a speed breaker for longer than this, all right? So without further ado, amidst your applause, I would like to welcome Anil Kumar sir to come and take the dais.
Sai Ram, everybody? Is that all? Sai Ram. That's where you go. My humble pranams at the lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagwan, dear brothers and sisters. I thank the Alumni Association of Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, located here for the benefit of alumni of Singapore. When Saideep said that he studied there 8 years ago, I feel that he studied only last year. We refuse to age, we refuse to age. In particular, professor will never retire because he spends all his time in the company of students, the smiling faces. I thank Mr. Pavan and Mr. Vivek, who have been in constant touch with me, Pavan in particular, for fixing this appointment. And I pray Bhagwan Baba to bless all our children who are here. I thank Mr. Godur Sriram, who also corresponded with me repeatedly, and his beloved wife. And I'm thrilled to see this morning Gardens by Bay this morning. I was accompanied by Madhi, Satya, Godur Sriram, and also Siva. They accompanied me. I think it requires at least 1 full month to see that all. It is not possible to finish it off in a day. Though this has been my 4th visit to this place, I had never been there. But I was told that it is of recent development, addition. So by the time I come next, there will be another addition to the city of Singapore. Quite good. Yes, this is meant for alumni, and I also find youngsters here. Let me see what I can share with you along the lines of Sai teachings, conversations, and writings. I remember 3 fundamental statements made by Bhagawan. The first statement is this: living with God is education. Living with God is education. Well, what do I mean by that? And are we not getting educated otherwise? What is the meaning of living with God? Can we live without God? How can that be education? Let me share a few thoughts along that line. Living with God meaning accepting Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba as totally divine, incarnate. We have got to learn from him his example. And that learning process, being with him, is education, learning process. Let me share with you what we learn from him, how we learn from him. The first and the foremost thing that we can learn from Bhagwan, being close to him as a student or as a faculty member or as a resident or anyone working in his organization, one will notice that Swami being same to everybody. Let him be President of India or Prime Minister of India or Vice Chancellor or a student or primary school child. He showers love on everybody equally. This is the first lesson that we have to learn from him. Whereas you and I don't do that. Higher officer, little more courtesy. Big higher up, prostrate before him. That's what we do it. There's nothing like cadre or class in front of Bhagwan. All are same. All are same. I very well remember that occasion when the former President of India, Venkataraman, happened to visit Prashanti Nilayam. He was waiting for Swami, but Swami, in his usual way, went straight to the children, spoke to them, then went to students and joked with them, and then asked Venkataraman to get in. That is Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. There's no question of VIP. I feel there's only one VIP, very important person, by name Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. All the rest are VIPs, very insignificant persons. In front of him, they're all very insignificant. People become significant because of their association with him, because of being near him physically. That's it. Something like a snake that receives all the worship because it adorns the neck of Lord Shiva. Something like people worship the bull Nandi because it stands in front of Shiva. People worship rat because it is the chariot of Ganesha, Mushika Vahana Gajanana. When once the same rat is away from Ganesha, we'll put it in the trap and kill it. Very near Ganesha, Abba Mushika Vahana Gajanana. And then we know how we treat bulls elsewhere, particularly in the field of agriculture. They're beaten with a whip always, put to work. But in front of Shiva, Nandi Vahana Nagabhushana Nirupama Guna Sadhana. Nandi Vahana. How about Vahana outside? Nandi receives all the adoration because it is very close to Lord Shiva. Take, for example, snake. If anyone says there is some snake here, I'm sure none of you would stay back. None of you would be here. We don't leave the place until we kill it. But whereas the same snake adorning the neck of Lord Shiva, Nagabhushana, Nagabhushana. Therefore, my friends, in one sentence I can say, if anyone has got any recognition, has any name and fame, it is only because of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Or else you come out, you will know where you stand. Therefore, my friends, what I said was the same kind of love that he showers on everybody, right from President of India down to the level of primary school. Secondly, in giving gifts of grace to everybody, he doesn't discriminate. All are same, giving gifts. Whereas we discriminate. Why? we'll give a gift, calculate what gift we would get in return from them. But Swami is not like that. I remember the day in Kodaikanal, there were some cameras from Japan, very expensive cameras. He started giving cameras to all students, and he gave me also one camera. And he said, all got it, Anil Kumar? Yes, Swami. No, all didn't get it. How about cooks there in the kitchen? I called them. He gave one camera to cook. Same brand. All got it? Yes, Swami. No. They're drivers outside. You call them. So he started distributing cameras to the drivers, the cooks, to students, professors, distinguished guests, same brand of cameras. While showering his gifts of grace, there's no discrimination. While giving darshan, while sharing love with everybody, there's no discrimination. All are equal. That really, I'm not able to understand till this day. Leave alone copy that example. Thirdly, what we find in him, living with God is education. What is it that you can learn from his example? He acts immediately, spontaneously, instantly, the moment he says. It's not a 5-year plan. It's not an announcement today, execution next year. Immediately, there and then only. One day he called one boy, and there was a checkbook there. He wanted me to fill that check, 25 lakhs. Well, I don't know how many zeros are to be put there. I was calculating how many zeros. Then Swami said, what kind of professor are you? You don't know the number of zeros to 25 lakhs? Then I said, Swami, we are teachers and professors, we know only thousands but not lakhs. We are not businessmen to handle lakhs. It's only lakh. Come on, put so many zeros. And then Swami signed and gave that check to one student there. The one who gave was Swami. The one who received was a student. But I got worried. Why? Why? Slowly, Swami looked at my question mark face and he said, are you surprised? Can I say I'm surprised? Or can I say I'm not? Therefore, I remained silent with half smile because I want to know why. And Swami said, this boy's mother wanted him to be a doctor. And she left recently. Her wish is not fulfilled. She left, she is no more. I want him to be a doctor because I play the role of his mother. Therefore, I give this check of 25 lakhs for him. That is Bhagawan. The love of a mother. The love of a mother, unconditional. What is his name? Will he come back and work in this institution? No, unconditional love. That's what I saw. I was very, very much thrilled about it. I also remember another incident, Swami materializing a pair of earrings to a boy. Earrings. I don't think that anybody here wearing earrings or anywhere. It's all right. Fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Let me not ask him why he is doing like that. I guess quite. Next day, he made another pair of rings to the same boy. No, we can't keep quiet. No. He can give me one set as well. I can give it to my children. Why? Then I went slowly, softly, tenderly, delicately, whispered into his ear, Earrings, Swami, to a boy? Then he said, why not? And then Swami said, he has two sisters. His father wanted to present the earrings to his daughters, and he is no more. I play the role of his father. Therefore, I am presenting him the earrings. That is Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Living with God is education, meaning we should have that parental love. We should have that kind of parental concern. We should have the selfless love. And then treat everybody equally. There's no discrimination whatsoever. And living with God is education again. What kind of patience he has, Himalayan patience. You can give any number of suggestions. He will never ask you, shut up. He will never say that. Amy, what news, what news? You can share your views with him freely, freely. Finally, he would say, Hamare khayal mein, na uddeshamalo, itla unte baguntundi. It will be nice if it is this way. He finally pronounces his judgment. What we can learn from this example is enough of patience to hear from other man's point of view, because we have no patience. We want to be heard but never hear anybody. We want to dominate, but we cannot tolerate when others dominate. That's where we go wrong. One example. It was the time when Tyagaraja Aradhana Mahotsava, the Carnatic music, program was arranged in the Purnachandra auditorium. We made the announcement also that way. That afternoon, I had an occasion to be close to Swami. I asked him, Swami, Swami, program in the Purnachandra hall is good, but you had never been to that music college, Sathya Sai Merpuri College of Music. You had never been there. So no devotee is interested. Nobody is seeing that building. Nobody is they don't even a glance at the building because you have never stepped in. But when you go there, well, people become very much excited. They'll go and happy to see that building. Manchide, it's good. Then he called Chiranjeev Rao, the manager of the ashram. Chiranjeev Rao, make arrangements there in music college. It only means, though he decided the music concert to be arranged to take place in Purnachandra auditorium, in response to our prayer, yes, he shifted that to the music college. This only means what I say should be done, what I say should be followed. Swami will never say that. He gives you chance to come forward with your own suggestions, with your own views, selflessly, in the interest of everybody, in the interests of everybody. I also remember one Sevadal, National Sevadal convener by the name B.V. Raman Rao from Hyderabad. Whenever Swami distributes prasadam, walking all across the Purnachandra auditorium or Kulwant hall, sometimes Swami comes out of the hall and goes on distributing prasadam to everybody. Is Raman Rao who will go, Swami? Will you give Pada Namaskar to Sevadal people, Swami, who worked day and night for you? Manchi tappakunda vastanu. He will come and give them Pada Namaskar to Sevadal people. God responds to the genuine prayers, genuine requests that are basically selfless. I'm a witness to that. I'm witness to that. I also remember the same Raman Rao telling Swami. Swami said, Raman Rao, I'll come to your residence tomorrow. Raman Rao said, no, Swami, not necessary. Will you say that? Or when people are praying and waiting for years, why do you say not necessary? Swami, if you give lunch here in Sivam, all 7,000 people will be here, Swami. 1,000 people won't fit in at my residence. Sala baga cheppavu. Let us have it here. When we rise little above the self, God loves you. God takes you so intimate. He takes you close relationship. But we are caught in the cobweb of selfishness, possessive instincts, and attachment, the pride and ego that will make us far away, cut off from Him. Why people are not so close? Because of our own fault. We have got the ego. That is what Bhagwan is. I also know Swami's spontaneous love. I can give an example. We were going to Kodaikanal in Swami's car. Suddenly, he asked the driver, stop the car. He stopped the car. And there's one lady, rustic lady of that neighboring village. She was carrying firewood on her head because she lives her daily bread by cutting off the trees, making firewood, selling them in the market. While she was returning, Swami noticed. Call her, he said. And Swami has got some bag there. He asked me to pick out one note and give her. I picked up. It's 500 rupee note. He wanted me to give her. How to give 500 rupees to woodcutter, a rustic lady? Then I thought Swami might not have calculated the amount there. Or he might have forgotten that lady does not deserve this. Why 500 rupees note? Then Swami said, I don't calculate. I don't calculate. My relationship with the devotees is love to love, heart to heart, not terms of sounds of coin and rupees. Nothing to do with the money. It's only love to love, heart to heart. That is Bhagavan. These incidents that I witnessed personally, while being with him so closely, traveling with him, well, I cannot forget them for a lifetime. And I also remember Swami sitting there in the hall. One day he got up, went into the interview room, picked up a bag with some clothes, I don't know. He walked till the end of the auditorium, gave it to an old man. And he told him, Appa, eppudu vachinavu? When did you come? Ippude vastini Swami, I have come only now. Emi, Abba bagunda? Is your wife okay? Me devala bagundi Swami. Puttu pandaki battal veskondi. I am giving you the dresses for your birthday. This is for you, this is for your wife. He gave it to him. I was inquisitive to know who that man is. Why should Swami go all the way? He can ask any Sevadal, or at least me at least. I'll go and give him. Why? While Swami was returning, I said, Swami, why should you trouble yourself in walking all the distance? You should have asked any one of us to give this bag to that old man. You know what Baba said? He was my classmate in Bukkapatnam, named Satyanarayana, quite old man. He came all the way to see me. I wanted to present him these clothes. Okay, Swami, I can give. Why should you walk all this train? No. Anything that you do all by yourself carries more weight than delegating the powers to somebody else. That is Bhagavan's style of functioning. If he wants to give anything, he does it personally. He does not delegate powers. That we have to learn from him. In the earlier days of my service in Swami's institution, I didn't know certain norms of the place, and he called me, distribute these prasadam to all the students. I was in the position of a principal. I thought, why should I distribute? I called two boys, and I distribute. They distributed. Swami saw me from the distance. I got the interview immediately. People wait for his interviews, but the interview is waiting for me. He called me. I wanted to give you a chance. I wanted to give you an opportunity, but you asked the boys. You should never do it. Anyone to whom I entrust a new job must be done by him only, no delegation. I do personally. If I call anybody for an interview, I switch on the light. At the end of the interview, when they go out, I switch off the light. I can ask you, you shouldn't do it. Living with God is education, so that we learn that we have to do all by ourselves, with personal interest, care and concern, so that we'll identify ourselves with that person. That person will be very gratified, very much satisfied with this generous gesture. Living with God is education. Another point is this. Though we know little, we pose that we know everything. That is the tragedy with us. We know very little, but the point is we don't know that we don't know. That is the tragedy. Somebody asked Socrates, what do you know? Socrates said, I know one thing that I do not know. When Socrates does not know that it is Vena, how can I say, I know? Impossible. Swami knows everything, but he pretends as if he does not know anything. Why? This question is put to him, Swami, why do you allow us to talk though you know everything? You want to talk to me? Yes, I want to give you a chance to talk to me. All right, come on, speak. Why not? I'll be happy. So, in order to give a chance for us to converse with him, he makes you talk. Not that he does not know. This is what I have learned from him. Whereas you and I don't do it. Supposing I had been to Puttaparthi 10 years or 10 years, I have been visiting for the last 30 years. So did I ask you? Why seniority here? Is there any promotion or scale of pay fixed for that? Because vanity, exhibitionism, that naturally comes out automatically as an expression of ego within. If I show enthusiastically, Swami has given me this ring, sir, yesterday. Yesterday? He gave me ring 15 years ago. Did I ask you that? Well, I want to share my joy with you. Well, you want to just make me calm down and say your history. Sometimes, my friends, our ego expresses itself unknowingly. That begins to claim that I know. That begins to claim I know more than you know. And make you feel that you know less than what I know. That's all. Swami is not like that. One instance, it was time when Dr. Venugopal, the Padma Bhushan, who did first heart transplant in India, director of All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi. He happened to visit Swami in Kodaikanal. Swami said, oh, Venugopal, come on. Oh, Venugopal, you here, come on. He gave him grand welcome, made him sit in the front. Then he said, Sudu Venugopal, avunu, gunde jabbu enduku vastadappa? Why heart disease? Venugopal is a Telugu-speaking man from Rajahmundry. So, enduku vastadu? Why? Heart disease, heart complaint. That man, All India fame, a great man, then started giving his talk. What is the heart? How it attacks? What is heart attack? how many types of heart attacks, until listeners also get it. So he went on explaining. Poor boys were there. They have put in long Shakespearean face. Well, what to do? We can't stop him because he's a scholar, great scholar and expert in the field, and only chance got to speak in his own field of specialization. So unendingly, 45 minutes. We were just watching Swami, and that when he would close or when he would make him stop. Somehow it ended happily to our good fortune. Then Swami said, Chudu Venugopal, ఏమో చెప్తారు మీరు ఎన్నో విషయములు చెప్తారు నా ఉద్దేశంలో హార్ట్ అటాక్ అంటే మూడే కారణాలయ్యా మూడే కారణాలు హర్రీ వర్రీ కర్రీ అంతకన్నా ఏమీ లేదు హర్రీ వర్రీ కర్రీ. And he said, oh, you say so many reasons for the heart attack. Well, I don't think so. Only 3 reasons. Hurry, worry, curry. That's all. That Venugopal was stunned, 45 minutes discourse. Huh? Just brought down, summarized to 3 words. Immediately fell at his feet and said, Swami, you know, you carry on what you know. That's what he said. I was just witness to what all that is going on. I also know another incident that happened in Kodaikanal. One internationally known Ramakrishna, director, L&T company, Ramakrishna. They did so many works all around the world. Very senior man, director. At the time, the new canteen was under construction. He brought all the plans before him, and they brought some board there. He pinned the plan and explained, this is it, this is it. Atlana, is that so? Is that so? He was just saying, oh. Finally he said, Bhagwan, chala baga chesnavu. Meera international engineers. You are engineers of international repute. Manchi chala santosh. Chudu, dining hall itla marchu. ఆ వెనక స్టోర్ రూమ్ ఇట్లా మార్చు ఇక్కడ మార్చు. He made all changes, tapa. And he said, if you make these changes, the budget will come down. ఏమట్లా వేస్ట్ చేసేది అనవసరమప్ప. Why should you waste money so much? Immediately Ramakrishna fell at his feet and said, Swami, we do not know these things. We are supposed to be engineers, but you are engineer of engineers, Swami. What do we know? That's what he said. That is Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Though he knows, he never asked him, sit down, I'll tell you. He never said it. Atlana. It only means we should also learn from him. When other person is enthusiastic to talk to you, when other person is inspired to talk to you, when other person is interested to share his views, be patient. Listen to him. What do you know? That we are not supposed to do that. The Swami never does it like that. Never does it like that. We are very much surprised. How is that Swami acts like that? How is that he acts like that? Swami had been to a place by name Tumkur near Bangalore. Tumkur is a city, an industrial center with a medical college, a dental college. I'm not sure if they have mental college or not. They have, it's an industrial center. Swami went there, and I also accompanied him. What happened was, I was asked to come in the second car. Swami was sitting in the front car. I was feeling very bad. Why should I come along with police people? I'm not a criminal. Why can't you take me, Swami, in your car, right there? I was feeling, but we can't ask him. The car speeded up towards Tumkur. Suddenly, Swami's car broke down, flat tire. Immediately, he came out. Are utti suppana todra, nee valla idayindi. All this had happened because of you. You are a very jealous fellow. Come on, I'll sit. Swami sat in that car and we went that side. That feeling he has come to know. that why should I sit here? Why can't I follow you? There we went to that Tumkur, and there's a beautiful concert by Anup Jalota, wonderful meeting, wonderful music. That was followed by Swami's discourse, and it was attended by Union Cabinet ministers, governors, like that. At the end of the meeting, Swami went to a place where there's a big hall with a big round table, around which are around about 10 or 12 chairs. Yes, royal chairs with all cushion on all sides. And they were all seated there. And Swami at the center. Can I go or not? If I go, he will ask you, who asked you to come? If I do not go, why have you come all the way if you don't follow me? Either way, you are wrong. Therefore, I was watching at the door like that. Seen, unseen. If he calls me, come on, I will gallop and go. Or else run away from there. That convenient spot. My friends, this pleasant evening, let me tell you what had happened that evening that left an indelible impression on my mind. There were seated people, one from France, one from Japan, one from Italy, because it's a multinational company, from different countries. Swami went on talking to every fellow in his own language. A man from China, he speaks in Chinese language. To a man from France, he speaks in French language, like that. Oh, how could I know? It's not English that I know. It cannot be Telugu, my mother tongue. Like that, it's going on like that. Some musical sound. I could not make out anything. I was standing there. Swami inquired everybody. He saw me from a distance. Come on. Em chustunnao, what is that you're watching? Swami, I'm watching you talk to everybody in their mother tongue. Oh, atlana, is that so? He said. Can I say thank you and come back? I'm not of that type. I get into divine risks and spiritual threats repeatedly, and he allows me to get out of that safely and secure. That's what happened to me. My students know that, how I get in and successfully come out. He allows me. One doubt, Swami. Yeah, my doubt, adu. Come on, what's your doubt? Swami, you know all these languages? Yes, I know. Do you speak all these languages? Yes, I can speak. Then I said, Swami, when you know all these languages, why do you need a translator? Why? How do you know all the languages? He gave two answers, which are very important. I know all the languages, but you do not know that I know. Therefore, I brought you here. Now you have known. Swami, I have known enough. Then why do you need a translator, you said? I needed a translator because I want to give you a chance to translate my talk. Not that I cannot. Moreover, this avatar has taken birth in this place where Telugu is spoken as a mother tongue, this avatar. Therefore, the language is blessed, the place is blessed, the state is blessed where the avatar has taken its birth. Therefore, I speak in this language. Oh, Swami, please continue to speak so that I'll have chances to translate. Though he knows, but he doesn't show it up. Though he understands, he'll never let you know. But living with God is education. The half knowledge that we have, we think that it's all full knowledge. No, half knowledge is dangerous. And I also know, Swami, giving that what is required what is needed. But we don't do that. We do give that which is surplus or which is useless. But we shouldn't give like that. Swami, once he was giving blankets to people from the hilly areas, hill tribes, blankets. Why do they need blankets? Why? And Swami came and said, my dear friends, in all the incidents I mention here, every incident carries with it a message. It's not anything just a narration of stories. It's not merely a hearsay. It is not a matter of gathering information for going through the books. These are things that I personally witnessed, personally, that convey a message. It is with that purpose I am sharing these incidents. Because most of the people are students, they will be happy. And it is their day, so I must speak something relevant to them. And living with God is, again, education. Why? Because Swami, concerned, supposing he talks to your body, Emra, PhD eppudu poorti chestavu? When are you going to complete your PhD? Le Swami, it will take some time. Retire ayega cheddu ganle. You can complete after retirement. You want them, come on, do it, come on, do it. And sometimes he checks with them the topic they do and will make some suggestions. To a student of chemistry, he tells certain points that he himself does not know. Quite unbelievable. When physics professor Srinivasan and other M.Tech boys were there, Swami came and said, Emra, em chestunar meeru? What are you studying? M.Tech. M.Tech. What is that tech? Tech is, if you just put it in Telugu terms, it is arrogance. What is it, he said. And the boys, tech Swami, technology, master of technology. Technology? Science ki technology, teda emi cheppu? What is the difference between science and technology? One boy said, Swami, technology is practical, science is theory. Oh, science is not practical. Oh, technology is not theoretical. Oh, sit down. He asked another, what is technology? Swami, application of science is technology. Oh, if application of science is technology, why should there be two words? They can say applied science. Why technology? What? Then he asked professor also. Swami, the same answer I would give. What answer I would say? Then Swami said, please follow me, my friends. Technology, if it is spent for one's own benefit, for one's own gain, is trick knowledge. Tricks. But if technology is learnt and picked up to serve the community, take knowledge, take my knowledge. It is not trick knowledge. Take knowledge. I have got so much of knowledge. Take this knowledge for your benefit. That is the definition he has given technology. Well, all were very much, Swami, what an answer it is. You don't find it anywhere. I should also tell you, my friends, he engaged classes for MBA boys, Master of Business Management, for 1 full year. 1 full year MBA. He was talking to them and I was translating. What I was translating, I do not know because it's not my subject. But helplessly, something like a mic, I'm just transmitting, that's all. Not getting my head into that. He was telling so many technical terms, names of many of the people who are experts in the field of business administration across the world, explain excellently every time. And then 1 year classes. And towards the end, some of the MBA boys came with some spiral-bound books. Swami came in front of them. Em Raide, em Pustakalive, what are these books? Swami, we are working on leadership program. Leadership program. Leadership. You're working. You're leader. Who is the leader? You are working on leadership program. ఎదురుగుండా లీడర్ని పెట్టుకొని ఇంకా ఏమి రా నువ్వు చేసేది ఈ లీడర్ని చూస్తే చాలు అదే లీడర్షిప్ యు గాట్ లీడర్ ఇన్ ఫ్రంట్ ఆఫ్ యూ యూ కెన్ లెర్న్ ఫ్రమ్ దట్ లీడర్ యూ డోంట్ నీడ్ టు సర్చ్ యూ డోంట్ నీడ్ టు ఇన్వెస్టిగేట్ యూ డోంట్ నీడ్ టు గో అరౌండ్ వాచ్ దిస్ లీడర్ దట్ ఈస్ enough for you. Leader of leaders, Bhagwan, Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Living with God education, another point we should know how to be a host and how to be a guest. Lovely. We should learn from him. I have seen both the aspects from Swami. How to be a host. Supposing if he invites you to join him in his trips, Ooty or Kodaikanal or Simla or Delhi or Bombay, when he invites you, when you join the party, what does he do? Swami will stand at the gate first. Come in, please come in. He invites you. Students or guests, come in. Huh? This is your room, you stay there. Huh? This is your room, you stay here. You too can stay there. Huh? He's an elderly man, he needs one room. He allots rooms personally. And then before that, he will check every tap in every bathroom. Taps, whether flush is working or not. Extra towels, extra napkins, and then bed sheet, how it is spread. If it is not spread properly, the fellows will get it. He tells them, "Are you like you're a garden mother no? He's simply a donkey, you don't know how to spread the come on." And he'll tell him, wrap it like that, put it under, and this like that. He demonstrates them. Bed sheets. I've seen him. Thus he checks everything. And then it's time for lunch or dinner, as the case may be. What does he do? He first goes into the dining hall. He stands there. Boys, come on. Boys will come and take their seats. And then some guess who should seat where, he will tell them. And then he gives a signal to the boys. Those signals are known to boys only, not to others. Without speaking, he communicates. He doesn't say anything, but things are done. Then he'll say, meaning, start serving. They tuck, they do it. Now, food prayer. Brahmarpanam Brahmavi. Then she says, come on, you can eat. Then he is first to complete his dinner or lunch, as the case, first to complete, because he doesn't eat after all 3 to 4 spoons, that's all. And goes to every seat. Food bagunda? How do you relish the food? Waste chesnave? Why do you waste food like that? You should ask them not to serve this item in the beginning itself. You should not waste like that. Education, you tell them not to waste. And then he goes to another fellow. Because we come from different backgrounds, one fellow makes sound as he eats. Oh, you sound chestavuno. Pakkavadi bagundu that cheyakudu. If you make sound, the neighbors will feel uncomfortable. You should not make sound like that. You go like that. Come on. And supposing he finds you relishing one item, you like one of the items, be that curry or chutney, what he will do? That fellow will get the message. He will come and immediately start serving. So he will get it. Like that he sees to it that you will have certain items of your choice in the test served seconds. And you will see everything. Then you will stand there. One has to go, wash their hands, and slowly go. Ideal host. He's an ideal host. I also remember Swami inviting everybody there, talking to everybody, and VIP sitting in the front rows, talking to them. Yes. I think most of you must have known that during Sivaratri and birthday, prasadam is served in veterinary doses. Quite lump, so much. Not there, so much. You don't need any dinner or lunch, whatever may be. One state president, let me not mention his name, he brought one full carrier. Swami saw him from a long distance. Chala manchi pani chesavu. You have done a very good thing. Aray, anni ginnelo pettu, pack it all in full. He doesn't eat, but he loves as we eat. That's it. That's very interesting. Once it happened, several people were working. I know where his work is done, Swami will go for inspection. I know. So I went there and acting, as if I was doing some work. I was not doing anything. I held a crowbar which was very heavy. If I use it, I'll get my foot hurt. So I was just holding like that. Swami stopped there, his car. Aha, yemi acting rana. What an action it is, aha. Oh, yemi, baga acting, yes, Saunave. You are acting very well. Swami, only one purpose. As work is going on, I know that you will come here. Therefore, I joined here. Atlana manchidi. And then walked slowly. There is one man by name Martin from Buenos Aires, Argentina. He's a short fellow wearing shorts, working there, and both the hands are totally spoiled, completely full of dust and all that. And he brought a letter in his pocket to be given to Swami. While working there, he forgot about that letter. Swami went slowly. Oh, very good, very good. Where is your letter? How can he pick up that letter? Hands are dirty. What he did was, Swami. And what Swami did was, he picked up the letter as if it's from a letter box. And then looked at everybody. Swami said, Ainora, you may not give a letter, but I know that you are bringing a letter, that you have got so many things to convey to Swami. I know, therefore I have taken. That is Bhagawan, Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Living with God is education from another point of view. When super specialty hospital was under construction, boys were given chance to associate with the construction process. They were lifting cement bags, lifting bricks, sand, everything, carrying different places. I was there supervising. Swami stopped there. What are you doing here? What shall I say? Swami, I am supervising. Are you supervisor? No, Swami. You should also do it, you understand? You should also do it. Okay, Swami. Then Swami said, I can have casual labor. The labor will do the work earlier than these boys. I can get things done very fast. Why should I ask these boys to do this work? The reason is they should learn to work. They should learn to be humble. They should be ready to do any service. Then they cannot simply lift bricks like that. Let them sing bhajans. Let them sing bhajans and do the work. I want them to sing bhajans as they do work. This is the message. Living with God is education. It only means as we do His work, we should couple it. We should see that it gets mixed intermittently with Sai bhajans. Even today, you must have noticed in Prashanti Nilayam, particularly in canteen or in certain service projects, they go on singing and lifting the bricks and the baskets from different places. It is a combination of the field of action and also field of devotion, karma yoga and bhakti yoga coupled together. Both. That is the kind of teaching that he does. Living with God is education. And further, living with God is education. I can give you this example. It was time of Dasara. The Pandits that assembled there, who were ready to start yajna that morning, they all lined up and they were going. Swami stood there. Where are you going? Swami, we are going to Chitravati. Why? To do Gayatri, Swami, morning prayers. Manchi tappakunda poyaru. They went, and Swami looked at everybody. Gayatri ikkadunaga akkadiki potaru entra veelu. When Gayatri is here, what is the point of going over there? Em panditulu, emto veelu. What kind of pandits they are. It is an education for us all to learn that he is Gayatri. Had this incident been not there, we would never learn that he is Gayatri. We will never learn that. Why? As I told you, he doesn't accept a milk or curd or any sweets, nothing. They are all forbidden. No curd, nothing, no milk, no sweets. Even in fruits, one or two varieties. Most of them are, he doesn't like it. But excellent curd is served to all of us. Excellent. That too from Gokulam. Well, that is done in earthen pots, first class. And when that curd is served to everyone, when Swami is not eating, how do you feel? For one day it's okay. Second day? Third day he said, Swami, when we are eating, you are not eating, Swami. I feel very, very nervous and sensitive. At least I wish that you should join us. This is the statement made by Swami. I am narrating all these incidents. Let me remind you, my friends, every incident carries with it a message, a lesson for everyone to learn, because living with God is education. He made two statements. Why do you say I am not eating? Common sense ledra neeku. You won't have common sense. What is your prayer? Aham Vaiswanaro bhutva praninam deham hasritaha. Why, when I am present in everybody, don't you think all the food reaches me? Why should I eat separately? Yeah, I seem to fool that what he said it. I wonder. And secondly, he said, I don't like curd. I had enough of this curd in the previous incarnation. Because it was Lord Krishna who was running after the curd, the butter and the milk. So I am disgusted with that. So that is over. I am not eating any more curd. A revelation of his identity with the Lord Krishna. Really, it is very astonishing when he speaks along these lines. Once he was speaking about Ramachandra. When Rama left Ayodhya, well, all inhabitants of Ayodhya also followed him. What to do? They were running after his chariot, like our boys who run after his car like that. They were running like that. And then Rama thought, better he takes rest that night in one of the temples. When they were all resting, taking rest in the temple, Rama left at midnight without telling anybody, softly. This Swami explained and said, Evariki cheppukunda mettaga vellipoyinadayya. Nenu ippudu vellipothanu chudu. Prashanti Nilayam evarikaina cheppi veltana atla melliga vellipothanu ante. Just as I do now, without telling anybody, don't I go silently to Whitefield or any place Meaning, program is same, that's all. Names are different, procedure is same. He indirectly declared that he is Rama, that himself. That's really an experience that we get thrilled. When he talks to us casually, we take things for granted. But suddenly when you come across some incidents of his divinity, that is all-knowing, all-powerful, you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. There's one Savadal convener from Sivam, Parthasarathi. He was there in Whitefield. Swami asked him to hold that dhoti that Pandits wear, to catch at one end. He was catching this at another end, cutting it with the scissors, Swami. That man had this idea. What? God cuts the dhotis into two pieces? Huh? Is he God? Got that idea immediately. Immediately, Swami Parthasarathi, your son met with an accident, you go make a call. Your son met with an accident. Finished. Car is completely smashed. Nothing had happened to him. Don't worry, you go and make a call. When he made a call, his son said, Daddy, finished. I would have been finished. His only Swami saved me. Then Swami, you thought, why God cuts the... Therefore, among men I am a man. Among women I am a woman. I am children, I am a child. Left to me, I am God. Left to me, I am God. That's what Bhagwan has said. These are the instances that will make everybody get convinced. I should also inform you that we should give priority to Swami, not your personal preferences and choices. There is one great scholar by name Dipala Pichaya Sastri from Nellore, a great scholar. All Andhras know him. He is not a small man. He is of the height of Swami. Swami always used to talk to him. Dipal said, who is taller than other? You are. He said, Swami, no, you are taller than me. No. I look taller than you because of the hair. He loves Pichaya Sastri very much. Once, Swami wanted that Pichaya Sastri to be there at Prashanti Nilayam. He gave him the date also. Supposing, for example, he wanted him to be there on 27th, but he came there on 28th, one day later. He came there. Hemaya, ninna kada rammanadi. I wanted you to come yesterday. Why that you are coming here? I, short man and scholar. Yedo lendi Swami, some. I know. Brahmanandanga unnava, he said. What happened was that previous evening, this Pichaya Sastri was the main speaker. To felicitate Kasu Brahmananda Reddy, Chief Minister then. So this man spoke very high of Chief Minister Brahmananda Reddy. Now Swami asks him, Brahmanandanga unnava, are you happy? Meaning speaking in praise of Brahmananda Reddy. Then Swami's remark, please note it. What did he say? The one who drives the car of the President of India cannot be a taxi driver in the taxi stand. Man who drives the car of the President of India cannot be a taxi driver. You praise God with the same tongue. You cannot praise man like that. That's what he told him. I was there exactly. Therefore, every instant living with God is education. Every moment. Swami visited Bombay. Of course, many times that visit I am telling you. And Swami's car was first and we were coming in the other cars. It so happened, our car driver does not know the route. We could not be anywhere near Dharmakshetra. The car is going. Is going to Puttaparthi or Madras, I do not know. Then I said, where are we going? Sir, I do not know where we are going. I felt so bad. Somehow we went on inquiring everybody, where is Dharmakshetra? Could ultimately reach Dharmakshetra. By that time, Swami already reached. He was there already by 12 o'clock or 1, but we were there at 3 o'clock. Swami was waiting there. He saw me from a distance. Ravaya, నీకోసం wait చేస్తున్నాను. Come in, I'm waiting for you. I too didn't have lunch. Now let us have lunch together. Boys had their lunch. Now they are resting. I'm waiting for you. Come on, let us have it. After all, what am I? Where are we? Should God wait for a lunch or anything? What's the meaning? His love, His concern. His concern. At another meeting, I think, it so happened, dinner was served to everybody. No chair for me. Am I to sit there or not? Am I to go in or not? I didn't know. So I went to the kitchen, asked that cook, can you give me some lemon juice? Yes, sir. He gave me 2 glasses of lemon juice. I had and returned with Swami. On the way back, Swami stopped at Prakash Nagar, Bangalore, where Adikeshwar Naidu stays there. Swami stayed there with Adikeshwar Naidu. And then snack was served to everybody. Swami stood in the middle. Papam man Anil Kumaru, lime juice tagadu papam. Bone cheyaledu. Adikeshwar anni double dose serve cheyayaniki. He didn't have lunch, so serve him in doubles every dose. How does he know? I didn't tell him. Tallikantenu migula daivame yekuva. Tandri kante sannihitudu chala. Atti daivambu marachuta tannu tanu marachuta kade. Tannu tanu marachuta kade. Satyamaina mata, ee sai mata. God is closer, dearer than your physical mother, than your father. Forgetting God is the worst of the sin, sacrilege that you can ever make in life. Therefore, that we feel in His presence, that we learn living with God is an education. And how many things he'll tell you. One fellow said, Swami, he completed MSc. Are em chestavu neevu? What do you want to do? Em chesavu? What have you completed? MSc అయిపోయి MSc. నేను చెప్పింది చేస్తావా? Would you do what I say? తప్పక స్వామి. Do MRS, he said. MRS, Swami, what is MRS? Mrs. Ra. Mrs. Get married. No, so, that girl is waiting for you, Ra. I know. Just makes boys like that. On the other hand, if you stand stiff like, I'm God, you be God, don't disturb me. You be God, don't disturb me. He's not like that. He endears himself like your friend. Yes, he talks to you, jokes with you. He comes very close to you. That is really wonderful. And I should also tell you one instance. Yes, the trip was over for 1 full month and we were about to return. That full month trip was almost a paradise to everybody. 3 sweets, 3 hots. Lunch and dinner, ice creams, fruits, wow. Last day we have to go back to sambar and rasam. How about these sweets and these things? So, last day, and the boys started singing, Daya Sagara Karuna Kar. Why do you cry? Swami wants bhajans should be thrilling, fast bhajans. Fast bhajans. We should not sing melancholic, tragic songs as if we have consumed one full bottle of castor oil. See? Activity, that should be there. Swami, we are going tomorrow. Okay. Don't go. You stay here, I'll go. Who said that you should go? You go. You be here, I'll go. No, Swami, you should be away. I got college, admission, schools. People are waiting for me. I should go. Since you want to stay, be here. But these fellows went on playing those melancholic songs. Amso kitna edo entra paata de? Ni chapa vyadano edo undi kada kodava. They went on singing those songs. Our listeners also feeling very bad about this song. Having enjoyed 1 month. Then Swami decided these fellows won't change the mood. They are like that. Hey, Swami said, Anil Kumar, come on. What, Swami? And the fellows are like that. I brought them here. They stayed with me 1 full month. But I got so much work there. They don't understand. Huh? Mood is like that. Come and speak something so that everybody will enjoy. It's a challenge. And I said, Swami, I pray that you should give me some liberty to talk, extra liberty this evening. Emi cheppu, come and say. Nene cheppina kada, I only wanted you to talk. No problem. Then I said, Swami, you always say, you are God. I am not able to believe it. Oh, you don't want to believe it? Believe that you are a buffalo, he buffalo. Oh. Everybody laughed like you. All right, carry on with your talk. Then I started speaking. Okay, Swami, I am God now. My name is Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. As God, what I should do? Get up in the morning at 4:30. Impossible for me to get up at 4:30. Come down ready by 6 o'clock. Drink only glass of water. Start giving darshan. Whereas I, the human, will have 3 cups of coffee before I come out. And then you start giving us Sathya Sai Baba. We go first towards the ladies' side. Whom do you find there? Ladies who are residents, who have been staying there for 40 to 50 years, they only occupy front row. No place to anybody. 40 to 50 years they have been staying there. If any lady comes and says, Madam, my husband is not doing well, I need some prasadam, as if they own that slab, Kadapa slab on which they are sleeping. Oh, madam, I should catch the flight 10 o'clock. Same ladies. We feel that those ladies of Ramayana, Sri Lanka, they are reborn here. Because to make us feel at home with Ramachandra. They don't give place to anybody. Same old faces. As God, I cannot see Swami. You are seeing those faces. Okay. You look at them and slowly come towards the devotees. Receive letters. What do they write? Swami, knee pain, knee joints. Swami, pain, arthritis, bronchitis, pneumonitis. Nobody writes a letter. Thank you, Swami. I'm fine till now. Thank you, Swami, for all that you have done. No thanks letter, no letters of gratitude, only demands. When is my great-grandson going to get visa to go to Singapore? When is my granddaughter going to be married without dowry? EV letters. No thanks at all. Swami, I'm tired of those reading letters. But you are God reading. Now as God, slowly I walk towards the students and the staff, faculty, everything, and bosses. What do they write? Swami, don't talk to Anil Kumar. They don't write, please don't talk to me. Please don't look at him. Bosses will write the letter, Swami, when are you going to remove him from service? All complaints letters. I cannot bear those things, Swami. As God, you are. Swami, please believe me, he was holding his stomach like that, laughing and laughing. Come, unko chap, madi chap. He wanted these things because it is his biography. Poor Swami passing through this. And then he sits there in the bhajan hall. And there in the bhajan hall, he wants boys to sing. And he wants fast bhajans to be sung there. And he wants one sarmadharma bhajan there. Or sometimes they forget. Em cheyala? Are what singers or sinners are? Are they singers or sinners? But he has to patiently listen. And then go for lunch at 9:30 morning. And few central trust members and one or two special guests also join him for lunch. So many items are served to everybody. But Swami eats only that ragi malt. Ragi malt. If I am to be in your position, I cannot tolerate others eating so much. At my expense, huh? I eat ragi and you take ice cream, so sweets, hot, so Swami, it's impossible. Impossible. And return Swami. Same routine day and day, night and day and night. It's only possible for you, Swami. I am not in a hurry to be God now. I am not in a hurry. Let me continue to be a human being. Let me enjoy jokes. Let me enjoy ice creams. Let me enjoy hot cup of coffee. Let me also enjoy the pickles, hot pickles, spicy stuff. Becoming God can take place later in due course of time. Very nice, he said. Only to make Swami laugh. Believe me, my friends, subject to verification, you ask anybody in Prashanti Nilayam, I never wrote any letter to Swami. All these 25 long years of my service in his institutions, both as principal and professor. I never wrote any letter. No letter of complaint. No letter of request, commands and demands. Nothing. I am happy with this. Of course, certain difficulties to come. Yes, I am also a householder like anybody. Difficulties do come. Problems do come. We do have certain challenges in life. But I have got one faith, that He gives you courage to face all the problems. You may pray for the postponement of the problem now. If not this month, it will come next month. It's only calendar difference. The problems and challenges come as a consequence to all our actions. You cannot act and avoid the result. They do happen. Therefore, I never complain this, I want this. Give me at least a chain. Give me at least a ring. My family is here, please call me. I never, nothing. My job is only to enjoy his company, make him laugh, make him smile. That's all. If you receive 100 complaints, let me not be 100 plus 1. No, 1 will be less. That's what I always believe in. That's how I enjoyed his company. The fact is this. Once there was a gentleman who is in charge of the mandir, by name Chiranjeev Rao. He told me once, Anil Kumar, Yamaya, Swami eppudu navutha untadu nee daggara, ma daggara itla pettukoni serious ga untadu enduvala. Why Swami smiles and laughs in your company? Why is he serious with us? That's what he said. What answer shall I give him? I told him politely, sir, you got so many duties to perform. Swami wants you to do that, to do this. He entrusts you some job. If you do your job, you'll certainly be serious because he wants it to be done better. You spoil the job, you'll get the double the dose. In either way, you'll get it because you have to do so many things. Left to me, I have no other job other than to make my God laugh and smile. That's all. Laugh and smile. That's only my job. Make it lighter, make it lighter. That only made me come closer to him. It was in Kodaikanal for 2 to 3 years. I was putting questions and he was giving answers. Somehow, I remember them all noted on a paper. That was all published in a book form under the title Satyopanishad, Conversation Between Me and Swami. Every time I used to ask questions, he answered. Why? Because I have no other question. Question is out of question on personal matters. I want to know spiritual matters, what he wants to say. And again in Prashanti Nilayam, I got a chance to put questions to him every day. And they were all recorded, published under the Radiance of Rays. That's also there, another publication, question and answers. Because once a great devotee by name Bairagi Shastri, the in charge of all priests who perform Dasara Yajna every year, he told me, Anil Kumar, don't ask Swami anything which is available in this world. If you have some problem, medical problem, doctors are there. If you want some money, financiers are there. Ask Swami that you do not get in this world. Then I said, what do you mean by that? Spiritual topics, spiritual questions, so that everybody will be benefited. What his advice is still ringing in my ears. What a wonderful suggestion it was. I very well remember that. Huh? I don't know why this boy is so liberal to me. Okay, I'll shift there. Just a break. Come on, sing with me. जय जय प्रभु गिरिधारी नटवर नंदलाला जय जय प्रभु गिरिधारी नटवर नंदलाला नटवर नंदलाला हे गिरिधर गोपाला नटवर नंदलाला हे गिरिधर गोपाला Natavara Nandalala, hey Giridhara Gopala, hey Giridhara Gopala, hey Giridhara Gopala, hey Giridhara Gopala, Hari Hari. Hey Giridhara Gopala, hey Giridhara Gopala, hey Giridhara Gopala. Jai Jai Prabhu Giridhari Natavara Nandalala. Now I remember an incident that had taken place when all people were there, elderly people also. Swami asked one gentleman by name Singh, who constructed the old hostel, Bangalore. Singh, come and sing a song, he said. Swami, I don't know. I sing a song. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namo, Om Namah Shivaya. Chala bagundi, very nice. Very nice. Swami enjoys also, we should also know that he enjoys some jokes, he enjoys the company of some people, because coming in a human form, he cannot afford to be altogether serious. No. He too wants to joke, he too wants to enjoy. Why? He asked some of the senior boys, Arey, how many brothers have you? 2 brothers. Oh. Arey, how many brothers have you? 1 brother. Mm-hmm. Then he goes to primary school children. How many brothers have you? All are my brothers, Swami. See? Primary school boy gives that answer. Gaadila madri undaru. Entra meer cheppedi. What answer you give? Chat. He says, all are my brothers. You say like this. Another day he said, Arey, to primary school children, Arey, how many sisters have you? 2, Swami. How many wives have you? All are my wives. No, all are my wives. Only one. All will naturally burst into laughter as Swami cracks jokes like that. One fellow, I think he is in Jabalpur. He was our student. He was sitting there. Well, he heard Swami's talks enough. Because staying there right from primary school, he has been listening to Swami's talks. Emra, who are you? That fellow said, I am God. Huh? God, very good. You go and give darshan to devotees outside. When you are God, you go. Really, when I think of these boys, I think of those moments. Yes. Boys are boys anywhere. Whether there is Swami or outside, boys are boys. 2 boys came to my office while I was in Bangalore. One boy said, Sir, I'm aged 18, sir, but it's put 19, sir. It must be corrected. Are you okay, na? Give us the application, I'll get it corrected. Other fellow, he said, Arey, how old are you? In front of me. Arey, I am just 18. It is put as 19 there. Arey, you are not the body, Ra. You are not the body, Ra. Body. Oh, he has known the philosophy of Swami also. You are not the body. Boys are boys everywhere. I think that procedure is continuing even today. They distribute about 2 chapatis to every student in the night, there in the hostel too. One fellow came and said, Sir, I need 3 chapatis. Are, when 2 are given to everybody, why do you ask 3? Swami said, you are not 1, but 3. The one you think you are, the one others think you are, you don't really are. 3 chapatis, sir. Swami said, what can I do? Boys are boys. Huh? And the hostel being so busy, one fellow got for shower, bathroom, and he has locked it up and he's not coming out. And they should go to college. One fellow immediately thumped on the door. Right, who is there? That fellow said, I am I. He said, I am. I am I. Okay. I remember what they say and all that. There's one boy from Bombay. He did his MBA. Yes, very intelligent boy also. He was, though I teach biology, but all boys are close to me, whatever subject they may study, because they're all our children. I own them, claim them, whether they know it or not. And so he was putting a long face there. I don't want anybody to be with a serious face. Seriousness is sickness. Please take it from me. Seriousness is not the quality of a spiritual man. Unless he has got some abdominal pain or blood pressure or hypertension or a headache, why should he be serious? If not in the company of God, where else can you laugh? Where else can you be blissful? So this fellow is like that. I went to him, Aray, what's wrong? What's wrong with you? Okay, sir, somehow. Aray, what happened? Tell me. No, sir. Aray, then I said, Aray, what's your name? My name is Manish, sir. Manish. Manish? You know Manisha Koirala? Sir. The fellow started laughing immediately. The boys are like that. After all, we should love them. I tell you, my friends, we can make boys do anything. Baba controls them. They're ready to give their life for him. Why? Because he ropes them in with that love. Love is the instrument. Standing here, he wanted a boy. Right. Do some jump from there. He was ready to jump. No, not necessary. Will Swami do like that? Come on, come down. Doing Swami's command instantly, immediately, the moment is given, reflects our devotion to him, loyalty to him. That's what I saw there. And there's also, yes, there was it was summer course. Summer courses in those days, they are forcing me to sit down. What can I do? Huh? They said that you are tired to see me standing. Mike lo cheppu, andaru santoshistaru. He wanted to know how I came to Swami. That he publicly said. And since he is the first fellow who invited me here, I necessarily obliged him, thinking that he would call me again. This is the question. I never feel that I am very important. I also feel at times world would have been much better without me. I cannot say I am a must. No one is indispensable to Swami. But she is interested to know how I came, which he frankly asked. But nobody asked me like that. Rarely I say anything personal. Everything that carries message relating to others. But he cornered me here because he has become as intelligent as any Singaporean. Very good, very good. Because these people are very intelligent. Seeing those gardens and waters and clouds and the mist, above, I cannot gauge your intelligence at all. Not possible. So, I tell you, I come from a background, Brahmo Samaj. Brahmo Samaj is a religion established by Raja Ram Mohan Roy from Calcutta, West Bengal. Sarojini Naidu, Prafulla Chandra Ray, they are all followers of Brahmo philosophy. Rabindranath Tagore, Devendranath Tagore, they are all the followers. Both my grandfather parents served as Brahmo missionaries. I was born in that family, third generation belonging to Brahmo Samaj. We don't have any idolatry, no puja business. No puja, no idolatry. No yajna, no yaga, nothing. No mantra, nothing. Only thing is, every day evening, we offer our prayers to nameless God without a beginning nor an end, attributeless, Nirakara, Nirguna, Sanatana, Niketana, Niranjana, Nitya, Suddha, Mukta Swarupamo. That kind of eternal, that immortal, blemishless, divine we think and offer our prayers, that's all. Who is formless, attributeless, nameless, divine. That's how we spend our time. At that time what happened was, my wife developed a problem. She is very much here. You can check with her if I am wrong in any one of my statements. She developed some problem. And I took her to many doctors there at Guntur. Guntur is business center for doctors. Many, many doctors don't go home without 1 lakh income per day. There are many that get 20 lakhs also. Of course, they lack happiness, that's a different thing. So we have taken her to many doctors. What happened? Huh? Oh, you should be close to me? Okay, okay. So let it also be anxious to be close to me like any one of you. Doesn't matter. And so, all doctors said that she needs to be operated. Topmost doctors in those days. All right, it is hot summer at Guntur. Guntur in Andhra Pradesh is the place where season is always hot. Hot, hotter, hottest is never cold. That's why my words are also hot, you know. We are a hot people. That's the belt of hot climate. And so they said she should be operated upon. Okay, agreed. And it was April 6th. Date also was given. And she was operated and she returned home. She was all right. But after 1 month, she started complaining something wrong. She is not able to eat anything other than some buttermilk and rice, that's all. She says some pain here, some pain there. What is it I can do? I was a very busy man in those days. Just imagine Anil Kumar 40 years ago. I may be rheumatic today, but was romantic then, you know that? So what is, and then what is, there is no other alternative. Every day she used to have children around and used to cry. But I was a very busy man, addressing Rotary Club, Lions Club, JC Club, that college anniversary, this university anniversary, that high school anniversary. Just as in Gita, as it is said, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno Tatra Pardho Dhanurdaraha. Where there is Krishna, there is ready Arjuna over there. Where there is Mike, Anil Kumar is there. That was it. That was the situation in my native district. And I was talking to groups of students. I should also tell you a secret. I never stood first in the class any time in my student career. I never got any gold medal or silver medal or bronze medal, nothing of that kind. And I have not presented papers of international standards, nothing of that sort. But I never got less than 60. marks have taken care of themselves not to extend 70. They were very careful enough. So my, my life was between 60 and 70. But the truth is, right from high school days, I always stood first in elocution competitions. School first, elocution, English and Telugu. Inter-school state first, English and Telugu. College, intercollegiate, university first. Inter-university, university first, in elocution and debating competitions. So I'm used to this public speaking since my childhood. But perhaps studies might have become secondary. That's how I'm spending my life. And people used to invite me to address them on all important occasions. I was telling her that. But by the time I returned home, this lady with all the children started complaining. Just imagine your position in my position. Imagine yourself in my position. What can I do? Adding to this, I was also offering special coaching to medical students, medical entrance exam students. That's the period when we can make money. Yes, that for those 3 months, we make money, medical entrance. It depends upon your star value. If you teach very well, you'll have as many periods as you can. Yes. Believe me, I taught for 12, 11 periods a day. Morning 6:30 I began, continued 10 o'clock. And other teachers who also associated with the program, they had 5 periods or 6 periods, that's all. Star value, yes, because I have superstar with me. Yeah. And then between a period to another period, moving from one class to another class, what I used to do was, Gopika Mala Hari Pyari Mayami Ramana Vihari Madana Mohana Murali Dhari Krishna Jai, extra energy, boost, yeah. So I never got tired. While other fellows used to have number boost, 2 volt, 2 doshas, 3 doshas, but useless fellows, they could not do. Because we could have super food from him, Sai protein. No, I was pulling on like that. When this lady said, I'm suffering pain, what can I do? With medical entrance classes and public meetings and all that. Quite presentable in those days. What am I to do? And then I took her to some of the doctors in the town. And they all examined and said, nothing wrong with Anil Kumar, with her. We suggest that better you cook at home, give her rest. Me to cook? Huh? I don't know to cook. I also don't know to cook up. What can I do? Other doctor said, Mr. Anil Kumar, you look after the children and give her a gap. These are silly advice they were giving. What to do? Suddenly one student, my student who is a lawyer there at Guntur, he came and said, Master, I have come to know that your problem, sir, there is one Sathya Sai Baba. Why don't you go and see him? Sathya Sai Baba. Rama is not accepted in the family. Krishna is not accepted in the family. Venkateshwara has no place in the family. How about Sathya Sai Baba? Sir, you please go, your problem will be solved, he said. My parents will shoot me if I ask that. Because they are totally committed to Brahmo movement. Both the grandparents are missionaries. I cannot ask them. They will shoot me or finish, get out. So, I could approach my grandmother. Grandmothers, grandparents are vulnerable people. Softly we can handle them. Parents are always tough. Amma, better we be careful, away from the parents. Handle through grandparents. You can get anything done. I'm the best example that way. So I used to plead with my grandmother, please convince everybody. We will go to Puttaparthi, stay there 3 to 4 days for this lady because she is not doing well. Kindly convince everybody. Arey, your grandfather will kill me first, then he will kill you next. What to do? Then slowly pressing her feet, made her pleased with me. Pada Seva. And then I will try. She slowly went to my grandfather, pleaded with him. After all, that fellow is feeling so bad because of our children. He'll go and come back in 3 or 4 days. What is that you lose? He said, all right, let him go, he said. That's why grandparents easy to handle. Then he said yes. Then I told my grandparents, everybody, I am going to Puttaparthi purely for her sake. I will not be a convert. I am not going to accept him. I'll continue to be a Brahmo. You can be sure about it. That's what I made them clearly. They were happy. All right, you are going for your, okay. And then my wife hails from a Pakka Orthodox family. 100%. Start the day with puja, fill the day with puja, end the day with puja. Huh? Completely, totally ritualistic. Huh? Ekadashi, Dwadashi, all things. And refer the calendar, Tithi, Su, Abbo. This does not go into my system even today. Even today. When she speaks of these things, I just look at like that. I fail to influence you, and you fail to influence me. So let us live together as coexistence, not influencing anybody. Huh? Goes on checking calendar every day. What is Tithi today? What is Varjam today? That is the condition. And Pakka hails from traditional family. And as Brahmos, we don't accept any dowries. Our father must have offered her because we don't accept dowries. This fellow is easily available, cheaply, all right. But I have got only 2 wedding photos, black and white, in my album, where my mother-in-law was holding her head like that. She is very much worried that I would kill her or make her. Huh? She was like that. You don't find anybody smiling there. Somehow she joined, and being regular worship, Venkateshwara and all that, that's forbidden, complete. So what she did was she kept some Venkateshwara picture, I think, under the pillow, and used to do prayer at night, secretly, confidentially, underground. just as you Sai Bhajan in Pakistan. That under the pillow, that was her position. But I know what she is doing. But all right, carry on. I was going in my own way. My grandfather gave her 2 lovely flowers, big flowers. Come on, you have it. This lady came out after some time. My grandfather asked her, what happened to those 2 flowers? I gave it to God, she said. She kept in front of Shirdi Baba's picture, hidden under the pillow. Okay. My grandfather, you have given flowers to God. God only gave the flowers. He gave them back to flowers, and he joked and kept quiet. That was our background. And she believed in Satyanarayana Swami Puja and all that. I know nothing whatsoever, even today. So she wanted to do some Satyanarayana Puja. What can I do? Simply I followed her to the temple, far away from my home. At the end of Satyanarayana Puja, I changed my dress, wiped out all, no trace of it, had good cup of coffee, came on cycle back to my college, went for lunch straight away, as if nothing had happened. That was our condition. Just imagine. Somehow we came to Puttaparthi with children and came there. I gave her 2 conditions. 1, in those days people used to stay months and months for an interview. I told her I cannot afford to stay there months like that, because I will lose the job. Parents educated me. I have to earn my daily bread. We have no property. Please don't force me. She said, I know, not necessary. Second condition, Don't force me to get into Prashanti Nilayam. Don't force me to do namaskar to him, because I am coming for you only. Sure, I accepted. I went there. And those days were such. Blitz was the magazine in those days that published articles against Baba, R.K. Karanjia. Against Baba, he wrote articles. Are you God or fraud? That's what, Baba the Charlton. Like that he wrote. And Brahmos, I got by heart some of his paragraphs, because Karanjia is gifted with wonderful English. I am the student of botany, but yet I love English language very much, very much. Maybe as an inheritance from my mother, who did her MA in English from Queen Mary's College, Madras, MA, and a gold medalist. So I love that language. MA Madras is something credit, because Madras is the seat of learning of English language. Benares University for sciences in those days. So I love this English language, and I got by heart some of the R.K. Karanjia writings. Speak openly, publicly in the class. Unwanted, unsolicited. If a boy has a lot of hair, are you Sathya Sai Baba? What is this hair? I thought. If any fellow answers some important questions for the examination, I don't teach anything unimportant. What? I will say like that. Such a fellow had gone there. Believe me, all those days of my stay, I never went into Prashanti Nilayam. I always outside, taking my children to play, make them eat some sweets. I also share with them. That's the only way. I never went inside. Then, one day before we are to leave, I was standing near Gopuram, far away from Mandir. Far away from Mandir. I thought, why can't I see this man? Why can't I see him? Therefore, I stood near Gopuram, far away from Mandir. With the children, bhajan was going on. Swami was doing bhajan. Suddenly he got up. He walked towards me all the distance, stood in front of me, and he is not going. I was praying, why do you waste your time? There are devotees there, please go there. I am not your devotee. But I was shivering in my shoe, because all my head is filled with all filth, rotten information from Blitz magazine. I am afraid that he may ask what are you thinking about me. Something like income tax. I was very much worried. He looked at me and I looked at him. And then he went back, sat there on the chair. Then I thought, I'm comfortable. Second time he got up, again walked towards me, all the long distance. Then I thought something is waiting for me. He stood in front of me, did not go until both the hands. They joined, praying namaskar to Swami. Acha. And then Swami said, he left then. Then went towards Purnachandra Auditorium. That was under construction at that time. He just walked like that. Suddenly a plate appeared. A plate appeared with laddus there. And he started distributing laddus to those workers. Then I thought he can give few laddus to my children and to me also. Why not laddu devotion? Then I started walking towards that where Swami was distributing laddus. Plate vanished. Laddus vanished. Last laddu to the last worker. While these laddus are left like that. I felt so sad. Where from the plate has come? Where from the laddus have come there? That's my doubt. But I kept quiet. Swami left. And then I was to leave that place because my leave was over by the time. And I went in. One gentleman sat by my side. He is Mr. Naidu, the headmaster of Iswaramma High School at that time, from Chittor. He sat by my side. Mr. Anil Kumar, are you wondering how these buildings have come here? He said. That idea is in my head. How this fellow has come to know, that idea itself is bad. And this man coming to know is much worse. Huh? I felt highly embarrassed. Sir, did I tell you? No, because you are looking at the buildings with wonder. Therefore, I said, don't worry. Then he said, there's one man, Purnachandra Kamani. He constructed these things because he vowed to spend about 1 crore. His wife was suffering from abdominal cancer or something like that. Swami cured her. Later she gave birth to children. And as my gratitude, he constructed those buildings, he said. First time I felt that I'm a fool number one. Because without knowing facts, we started speaking as we like. We don't know anything. I felt so bad. Then I thought I should get up from here. Because this man seems to be dangerous. He seems to know all my doubts. I said, thank you, sir, nice meeting. I shifted. Went to the other place, sat at a convenient place, and the man who sat by my side happened to be Mr. Sriman Narayana, who is the office manager of higher secondary school at Prashanti Nilayam today. He was my student in 1964. He was sitting by my side. Sir, are you wondering why Swami did not call you for an interview? I said, did I tell you? One fellow already bothered me there. Where shall I go? If all the fellows go on building out, telling all those things lying in my head, what shall I do? No, sir. When Swami was calling some people for interview, you are looking at them pathetically. Then I thought that you are feeling so bad. Why you are not? Yes, I am feeling very bad. Because both my parents are very honest people, highly reputed. And I am honest in my own way. Why does he not call me? It's all right, sir. Then he started sermonizing. No, sir. Doctor gives some powder to one patient, some mixture to another patient, some injection to some other patient, operation to some other patient. Doctor knows what to give, whom to give. A fellow who is given just a powder cannot say, aha, he is lucky, he was operated. Do you feel like that? Sir, you don't feel like that. Or this fellow is also dangerous. Then I got up from the left that place. Went to the stores and purchased Sathya Sai Speaks, volume 5. Only to kill time. Believe me, all those talks are in full agreement with principles and the teachings of Brahmo movement. Not even one statement is contradictory. All are complementary. Today I dare say that I understand Brahmo Samaj much better than before having come to Sathya Sai Baba. That is truth, that is truth. What I could not understand then, I could understand today. Because he speaks of the essentials of Upanishads. He speaks of basic truths of Vedas. And his discourses have to cover a wide range of audience. Literate, illiterate, employed, unemployed, Indian or foreigners. Therefore, he presents variety of instances, variety of episodes, teachings vary to suit that what you need. Therefore, those are the things that Swami said relating to nameless, attributeless, formless God, straight get into my head because in full agreement with Brahmo principles. Then I repented. Arre, what Swami? I have not understood you. Good. Then I purchased 10 books. Came home with a load of books. My wife said, what happened to you? Huh? You are against to come here. You are against to sit here. What is download books? I say, like his books. His teachings are nice. And I returned. And then looking at Swami, he used to give 3 darshans. Morning coffee darshan. He used to walk in the balcony from this end to that end. Afternoon lunch. And then evening coffee. That at 6 to 8 darshans every day. And looking at him, Swami, people call you divine. If you are really divine, bring her back to health. Make her healthy. That's the only thing I want, nothing else. I returned home. Believe me, she was quite hale and healthy. Nothing wrong with her from then onwards. That is Sathya Sai Baba who stepped into my life. And then we got used to attend bhajans every day. Because when once Baba enters into our life, Ammo, it is more powerful than any penicillin or anything like that. We used to attend bhajans every time. Supposing we don't attend bhajans 1 or 2 days, she says some pain here. So you must go there. If you don't attend for 3 hours, pain here. So he kept remote control with him, made me dance around him like that. Chanda Kirana Kula Mandana Ram Chanda Kirana Kula Mandana Ram Srimad Dasarathanandana Ram Srimad Dasarathanandana Ram Kausalya Sutavardhana Ram Kausalya Sutavardhana Ram Vishwamitra Priya Ghana Ram Vishwamitra Priya Dhana Ram Hey, Chanda Kirana Kula Mandana Hare Hare Hey, Chanda Kirana Kula Mandana I see Madhasarathana Ram Hare 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 I see Madhasarathana Ram Kausalya Sutavardhana Ram Hare Hare Hey Kausalya Sutavardhana Ram Vishwamitra Priya Ghana Ram Hey Vishwamitra Priya Dhana Ram Mandana Ram. After coming home, how much time is there? Huh? Very good. Please don't hesitate to tell me. Sorry, I అనుకుంటాడు అనుకోవద్దు నాదే ఉంది శివరాత్రి చేయగలను నేను ఆయన దగ్గర నేను బతికాను ఏది తలుచుకున్నా అలా వస్తూనే ఉంటుంది దానికి ఎండ్ ఉండవు కానీ మీకు ఓపిక ఉండాలి కదా అమ్మో ఈయన వస్తే ఎవడరా బాబు పోడరా అని తడుచుకుంటే ఎట్ట మళ్ళీ ఎవరు పిలుస్తారు నన్ను ఓకే she regained her health, somehow is going. And another truth of truths I should also share with you. For 7 long years, S-E-V-E-N, he never looked at me. I didn't have any Pada Namaskar. No occasion to give him a letter. Never got first row. Always a backbencher. 50th row, 60th row, like that. Supposing if I make some friendship with several people, could manage to sit in the front row, that morning darshan successfully cancelled. That is my Star value, what to do? 7 years it's going to come back. But every time, whenever I go and return, I avoided Sai devotees. Why? Every fellow will come, sir, did you get interview? He never looked at me, and you want me to... Suppose if you go and a fellow who failed in the examination, did you get gold medal? He will kill you. Huh? So I always avoid, beware of Sai devotees. 15 days at least. Because they will ask him, did you get Padma? Did you have, how are you interested? When people forgot that I visited, then I visited. That was my position. And then, people have come to know that Anil Kumar had been to Prashanti Nilayam, and people started inviting me to speak on Swami and his teachings and his message. Right from the year 1972, I started speaking about Swami everywhere, every village, every town, everywhere like that. Because that has been my hobby at one time, a habit another time, a vice today. Going on spreading his message, talking about him. But he never looked at me for 7 years. I received an invitation from Hindupur where Ramayana seminar was held. That Ramayana seminar at Girls' College, Sathya Sai Learning for women. Ramayana seminar was held. And then at Anantapur, and then in Hindupur, all the scholars came and addressed here also for the devotees of Hindupur. The president of Hindupur Sathya Sai Samiti requested me to participate. I said, yes, why not? Later he sent me invitation. Brahma Sri, all are PhDs, D.Lids, great Pandits, great scholars, speaking on Ramayana. What is that a botany fellow can speak? Then I told him, sir, please excuse me, please drop me. He said, when once the program is announced, this is Swami's program, you cannot go back, we are calling you, and he kept back the receiver. You are coming, he said. Rayalaseema people are very powerful. We have to be very careful with them. They will be your best of your friends if they are favorable to you. Or else, we have to see our own picture in the newspaper. That's all. He said, you are coming, and kept the receiver there. What am I to do? Somehow I went to Hindupur, made preparation, Atma Ramam, Ramakadara Swahini, Swami speeches given on Sri Ramanavami occasions, made a pakka speech. Preparation. We are teachers, by profession. We cannot speak in an irresponsible way. Somehow I went there. And I don't have the habit of taking a paper, reading point by that. No paper. I never make use of PowerPoint also, because I have power to speak. There is point in what I say. So I don't need any PowerPoint also. So I went there and forgot whatever may be the Pandit. What do I care? I spoke what Swami said there. Oh, then Hindupur is close to Puttaparthi. Then I came to Puttaparthi, sat there. Bhajan time. Swami came straight to me and said, Emaya, Hindupur nunchi vastunnava annadu. You are coming from Hindupur? How do you know? All these 7 years, why did you not talk to me? You have come to know me only now? That's my righteous anger. But I can't express. So, Bhagundaya, andar pandits kante, nive baga cheppavu. You spoke far better than all pandits, he said. Then I said, Swami, మీరు అట్లాంటి సిగ్గుగా ఉంది స్వామి. If you compliment me, I feel so nervous. I just repeated what you said. రిపీట్ చేసినావు కానీ బాగా చెప్పినావే. He repeated well. Chala santosham. He said, first time he spoke to me. And then materialized Vibhuti, give it to your wife, he said. I went to Hindupur. I gave the talk. Vibhuti is for her. Oh, what is all? Is there any justice in front of Swami? Huh? Then I thought I could reconcile because she was sick. She needed this. And then participated in Hindupur and came back. That first face-to-face with Swami. Then I wanted to have darshan of Swami in Puttaparthi. And the driver said, Sir, Swami already left for Anantapur. He already left for Anantapur. So what am I to do? So I came all the way. Am I giving the trouble to the mic or mic is giving me the trouble? Or both? Am I still photographing? Okay. What is false is so sweet to hear. And so, all right, let me go to Anantapur, I said. Puttaparthi, he left already, back to Anantapur. I came to Anantapur straight. I had never been to women's college any time, though it's a co-education college where I taught for 26 years. I don't know what rules they have. That bus conductor said, sir, you get down, that is the college. And he left. Where am I to keep the luggage? How to get into the college? I have no idea. Then went to the entrance, asked the watchman, may I go there? What? You cannot go. Why? Men cannot enter. Oh. College is a co-education college, there are girls and boys. No, you cannot go. Rayalaseema voice. If you don't follow him, he will finish you there. I know. Okay, Ram. But at least take care of my luggage. I'll stand at the gate. I heard that Baba is there. Okay, you can stand there. Later I have come to know, even male mosquitoes cannot get into Anantapur. Not only men, male mosquitoes also are not permitted. So how do I expect them to permit me there? Okay, I was waiting. The board meeting was over, and the board meeting was attended by V.K. Gokak, Balakrishna, son of Dr. Bhagavantam, Croxy, the president of Italy, and all such people, great people. Challa Subbarayudu, the minister at that time, Prasad Rao, State Andhra Bank manager, all such people attended. They were all members of the executive body of Anantapur College. Swami completed the meeting and stood there in the veranda, surrounded by all the members. I was standing far off at the gate. Wow! Swami, how handsome he is. With red robe, standing like that. The other fellows watching him like that. Wow! Sight for gods. I was just enjoying. Suddenly Swami shouted, hey, Anil Kumar, come here, he said. Who is Anil Kumar? I thought the watchman's name is Anil Kumar. Are you, no sir, what are you? I'm Ramappa, something. Then he, hey, Kuntur College professor, come on, Anil Kumar, he said. Then I went running. Then he introduced me to all those board members. How are you? Again, Metilai Vibhuti asked me to give her to my wife. And he said, you come for birthday. I never wanted to come for birthday. Because who will give you accommodation? Because no is a regular answer from everybody in Prashanti Nilayam. Can I sit here? No. Can I sit there? No. Can I stand there? No. Will I have accommodation? No. Can I have one more spoon of sambar? No. Somebody asked me, sir, people say, no, I cannot stand, I can sit, what shall I do? You go around. So who will give me accommodation? Who will give me accommodation? That is my position. Okay, he wanted me to come. So I attended that. He wanted me to come for Dasara. I went for Dasara festival. No accommodation. I don't want to ask anybody and get to know from them. So I get some room there outside. It is owned by Rangappa. Now there's a very big 3-floored building today. Rangappa owned a small hotel where the doors are removable. Windows collapsible. And sun and moon will be blessing you through. And bath, everything open university. Open university. This is my fate. I felt so bad. See. Yeah, is it for this purpose you called me? And then went and sat there in front row. Swami came and said, "Em eppudu vachchavu? When did you come?" "Ippudu vachchanu, Swami." "Yadu undavu? Where are you staying?" "Swami, some hotel or something." No. You can come and stay here. And he called Kutumbarao, the then secretary in charge of Mandir. "Kutumbarao, whenever this man comes, give him accommodation freely every time. The standing instructions continue even today. I have not paid a single pie towards the rent." Because he said, whenever this man comes, that's all. Today is not another man, same man. Okay. Then I said, but innocent, I don't know what the position was. Swami, I gave him some advance. I gave him some 100 rupees in those days. Advance, Em parvale. Sai Baba cheppadani cheppu, neeku advance ichestadu. Tell that man Sai Baba has given me account inside and he will refund you the advance. Okay, Swami. Then came to the room and second day Swami came to me. "How are you, sir? Are you comfortable?" "Yedo Swami Dayavalla." "Yemi nuvemo dance chesta untagaya." "What is that you dance?" "Dance?" "Me? Yes. It seems on the stage you dance and all that." "How do I know, Swami? Those that see must have noticed dancing. How do I know?" "Sarele manchidi." And next day he came to me and said, "I have sent, have you received?" "What have sent?" "What is it? I have not received." I cannot ask him. Kept quiet. By the time I came to my room, my wife tells me that Swami has sent her silk sari. Instead of being happy, she went on crying. We never expected Swami to shower his grace like that. Abundant grace like that. We never expected. We were so happy. And then it was 8th, Ashtami. The 3-day Ashtami, Navami, Dashami. Ashtami day, in the evening, he called me to the dais. Purnachandra Auditorium. "You speak today, yeah? You speak today." "How do you know that I speak? What happened to all these 7 years? You kept me miserable, and today you want me to speak?" On that day, he wanted another lecturer, Ruchir Desai, from Brindavan also to speak. And another fellow, some Kamal Sahani from Bombay, he was also to speak, I think. He was encouraging those boys, speak like that, speak like... He was not telling me anything. "Oh, are you my stepmother? Are they your children and I am not? This is no good." That's what I was feeling bad. And after 2 boys complete their talk, Swami called me. "Kasep maatadavaya," speak for some time. I didn't know. "Dento maatadamantaru." "Which language?" No. This international center, speak in English, everybody will follow. "What is the topic, Swami?" Anything that you know. Anything you know. All right. I spoke. And next morning he came to me and said, "Very nice talk, Anil Kumar." Boys, girls, elders, everybody liked it. "Swami, I repeated what you said. Why do you compliment me? I am nobody, Swami." It's very nice, very nice. And then, after Vijayadashami, I was about to return. Because leave college, I was in service. I brought all the luggage, kept it on the top of the bus, about to leave. At that time, my student, Sivaram Krishna, principal of higher secondary school today, he was my student. He came and said, "Sir, did you take Swami's permission?" All these 7 years, if I depend on his permission, I would have been on the railway platform. All right, nothing to do, I must go. Sir, no. Actually, no. He got up the bus and brought down all the luggage. Sorry. So I went to the mandir and sat there. Swami came and said, "Yemaya, yadak boyao? Canteen cover pichunanu, room cover pichunanu, ekkada kanapadipotivi. Yamaindi? What happened to you? I sent a word to canteen, I sent a word to your room, and you are not noticed what happened to you." Swami, "Shalava ipoyindi nenu ellipoవాలి Swami, అది ఉద్యోగం ఊడిపోతుంది. Leave is exhausted, I must go, Swami." Oh, veranda కూర్చో. You go and sit there, he said in the veranda. At that time, volunteers are from Delhi. People from the north, they are very strong body because they eat wheat. South fellows, sambaru, rice, what strength we have? If a north fellow gives you a blow, you'll remember till next life. That's why they are all there in the army. South fellows are there in the canteen, not in the army. And north fellows are quite lean and tall throughout life. South fellows, well, the north fellows, the Delhi fellows are volunteers, holding their hands. Will they allow me? All the fellows are taller than me. I went there. Swami, what? No. Jao. I don't know ABC of Hindi. They were speaking in Hindi. Whether they are scolding me or praising me, I do not know. But Swami wanted me to sit. What I do? They were holding hands like that. What I did was, I ran in between them. By the time I sat there already in the veranda. Now nobody can ask me to come back. And Swami came there. Come for the interview. Then he kept me in my pocket, a cover. I don't know, why cover, I don't know. Chudu, Swami birthday ki suit kuttitsuko, puttu pandaki suit kuttitsuko annaru. Puttu panda? The puttu pandaga is birthday. We say puttin rose, not puttu pandaga. Swami, puttu panda? Birthday, yeah. Okay, Swami. My question, why should I have new dress for your birthday? I didn't understand. Swami, my birthday is October 25th, Swami. Oh, one suit for your birthday, one suit for my birthday. I kept money enough for both the dresses. And also stitching charges. You go, he said. Then I went home and came for Baba's birthday with both the suits ready. One for my birthday, one for his birthday. One I wore the suit for my birthday. He looked me. Second day he came and looked at me and said, "Today's suit is better than yesterday's suit." Because today's suit is stitched for his birthday. Avun Swami, my birthday, endu bagundu Swami bagundu meedaya. It is bound to be good, I said. Then again I went 79. My first lecture in Purnachandra Auditorium was in 78, and that continued till 2011. Every year, 4 to 5 talks, every year in Purnachandra Auditorium, every year. And 70, again I went 79. And now, I should tell you, the Sevadhan fellows are very smart. When Swami does not look at you, they act like Yamadutas. They will harass you, they will torture you, they will push you, throw you out, manhandle you. But when Swami talks to you, come on, sir, come on, sir. They are Vishnu Dutas. I was seeing the difference. Those who pushed me out, no, come on, sir, come on, sir. Oh, very good. And after the talk that day or that year also, Swami wanted me to come there and come up to his room where he was staying, upstairs. There are winding steps there. But out of enthusiasm, I was jumping and running. Hey, padipotho, melligara. You'll fall down, come slowly. I went there. Swami's room here. This big hall with a violet carpet there, wonderful chair. Rajadhiraja Ramachandra Sai Jagavandan, King of Kings. Like that. Is he same Swami talking to me? He's looking like that. Then he came to me closely. Come on, come on. Take Pada Namaskar. I did Namaskar. And then what he did was, he gave me dhoti. Dhoti, you know? South Indian people wear that. Tamil Nadu and Andhra. I don't wear dhotis. Silk dhotis he gave me. Swami, I don't wear silk dhotis, Swami. We give to scholars. We give to pandits. You gave a talk on Dasara Day. You are a scholar. Therefore I have given you. And Papa, right? Well, they gave me shawl. He kept me. Kya the shawl? Swami, shawls, what can I do, Swami? I take it. Then he said, they brought some safari suit. That they kept it, some fruits. Who will do like that? Who will do like that? Impossible. Even if I make my skin into a pair of sandals, I would not be paying debt of gratitude for all the love that I received from him. Impossible, impossible. And then he laid both of his hands on my head. Gunamanturoi, Balavanturoi, Dirgashmanturoi, Swami Sandeshamu, Andhra Pradesh Vyapti Chevaya. Let you live long life, healthy life, happy life, and spread the Sai message in the whole of Andhra Pradesh. That was the blessing he has given me. Since that day, no Sunday, no Saturday, I was ever at home. You can inquire all over the state of Andhra Pradesh. No festival, no Sunday, no Saturday. Continuously on the move. There were days when I slept on railway platforms. There were days when I slept in RTC bus stand. There were days when people make me talk and they say, "Sir, last bus left." So I had to sleep in the temple. But the desire, the passion to spread his message continued in me. That continued. And later, the other things happened. Can I put a stop here? So, right? So, I think, but I wonder how you are seated here. It speaks more of your devotion than my efficiency in communication. You are really marvelous. In fact, it's a long story. I'll continue some part tomorrow also. Tomorrow also. Arif chapter. How Swami made you a translator, he said. All right, e question chapter, Papa. Because I'm selfish to make him happy. I think I have not become a translator all by myself. He made me a translator. The secret is this, believe me or not, I don't feel shy to declare openly. I come from a Mafusal town by name Guntur. Had my education in Telugu medium completely up to the college level. Had he made that fellow who got educated in Telugu medium from a Mafusal town translate his talk for 23 years so that the whole world could hear him. That is the glory of Sai. That is the power of Sai. That is the might of Sai. That is the divinity of Sai. I don't stand anywhere. I don't stand anywhere. And then it was in year 1988 when I attended World Council meeting. I was the state president of Satya Organization, Andhra Pradesh, I attended that meeting, and all national presidents, state presidents were there. And Swami said, "Ivala ee poddu translator lede. Ee poddu ante Rayalaseemalo evening. Ee poddu ante this evening ani. Ee poddu translator lede. We don't have translator this evening." And he looked at me and said, "Emappa, nu translate chestava? Would you do that?" "Swami, me Karuna Swami." Then I translated. That's how the Arangetram started till 2011, continuously. It's all His grace. I tell you, my friend, from the bottom of my heart, what I feel. I am nobody. I am nobody. I'm a big zero. The hero made me a hero, that's all. Or else I am nobody. I am nobody. If at all we are to please anybody, let us please Baba, but not any man on earth, I tell you. Catch hold of his feet, he will make you the King of Kings. He will make you command the whole thing. I'm going to reveal certain facts tomorrow also. To keep suspense, I'm holding for the time being. Adisesha Ananta Sayana. Louder. Adisesha Ananta Sayana. Oh. Srinivasa Sri Venkatesha. Srinivasa Sri Venkatesha. Adisesha Ananta Sayana. Hare. Raghukula Tilaka Raghuramachandra. Raghukula Tilaka Raghuramachandra. Hey, Sitapate Sri Ramachandra. Hey, Sitapate Sri Ramachandra. Adisesha Ananta Sayana. Srinivasa Sri Venkatesha. Hare. Hey, Srinivasa Sri Venkatesha. Ayatu Kula Bhushana Yashodanandana. Hare. Ayatu Kula Bhushana Yashodanandana. Ay Radhapate Gopala Krishna. Radhapate Gopala Krishna. Hare. Adisesha Ananta Sayana. Kashayambara Sri Parthivasa. Kashayambara Sri Parthivasa. Shirdipate Sri Sai Baba. Jai Shirdipate Sri Sai Baba. Hare. Hare. Srinivasa Sri Venkatesha. Raghukula Tilaka Raghuramachandra. Ay Sitapate Sri Ramachandra. Hare. Hey, Adisesha Ananta Sayana. Hey, Yasukula Bhushana Yashodanandana. Hey, Radhapate Gopala Krishna. Hare. Shesha Ananta Chayana Hare Kashayambar Sri Bhartivasa Shirdi Pate Sri Sai Baba Kashayambar Sri Bhartivasa Kashayambar Sri Bhartivasa Shirdi Pate Sri Sai Baba Hare Shirdi Pate Sri Sai Baba Adhisesha Ananta समर्थ सदगुरु साईनाथ बाबा महाराज को जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की Here you go. God bless you.
Om Sri Sai Ram. This is the time that I have been dreading because he has finished his speech and I'm here to give a vote of thanks. And how can you give one after such a mesmerizing speech? We would like to offer gratitude to Swami for having made this program happen and in bringing Anil Kumar sir to Singapore for the second Samarpan program. Dear sir, it has been our honor and privilege in having you here after a long break. And we thank you for having taken us through this wonderful journey of yours in the form of living with God as education, Swami's humorous side and the messages that are contained in them, and your own personal experiences. I'm quite sure that every one of us present today will have a lot to take home, digest, and assimilate from your mesmerizing narratives. I would also like to take a moment on behalf of all the alumni in Singapore in thanking the Sri Sathya Sai Society Singapore in hosting the second Samarpan program and to the Sathya Sai International Organization Singapore in getting the necessary approvals and supporting this program. A heartfelt thanks to the multimedia team in bringing this presentation to all the floors of this building for people to have that connect. And last but not the least, to the audience for your presence.